Okay, in this video I'm going to show how I tested and calibrated the tachometer on the Porsche 944. Before doing anything fancy, to check to see if it even works, because they do die on occasion, you can just take a 9-volt battery, put the negative terminal on top, the positive terminal to the right, and then take a screwdriver and create a very coarse little pulse by scratching it across these two posts. And when you do that, you should see the tachometer needle bouncing around. If the tachometer needle bounces around, that means the tachometer works, and it's worth moving on to do more testing and calibrating. And that's what we will show next. All right, here's my little test program and calibration program for the tachometer on the 944. I've got it running off an Arduino that's creating, right now it's creating a 6,000 RPM pulse. I did a little program, and I'll show you. I'm going to reset it. The little program steps through the RPMs in increments of 1,000. So here it's at 1,000. After 10 seconds, it jumps up to 2,000, and it keeps doing that every 10 seconds until it gets to 6,000. So the idea is when you calibrate, you can calibrate to a particular RPM and then kind of check to make sure that it's reasonably close at all the RPMs. I would say at least this tachometer is not perfectly consistent. So if you calibrate it, exactly perfectly at 4,000 RPMs, it's not going to be exactly perfect at 2 or 6. It's going to be close, like that. Where you can see 5 is a little bit low. That's probably 4950 or something. And then by the time you get to 6,000, it's pretty much spot on 6,000. So, I just do my best with this. Now, to actually do the calibration, you turn it to the side here, right here. There are two potentiometers. The one on top, you turn clockwise to speed up the tachometer, and you turn it counterclockwise to slow down the tachometer. So let me show that now. So turning clockwise speeds up the tachos. Turning counterclockwise slows down the tach. Faster, slower. Now I've lost the calibration, but that's the basic idea. And then I guess lastly I should show that on the back of the tachometer, there's 3 electrical posts on top for the tachometer. The one on the far right is just straight 12 volts. I have it hooked up to a voltage supply. The top post is ground, and the one on the left with the blue wire is the ignition pulse that I'm generating from the Arduino. The one thing I would show, though, before I stop, is when the tachometer is sitting the way it is in the car, so the face is, perpendicular to the ground, it has one setting. If you put it on its back like that, the tachometer actually, the needle actually doesn't go down as far. And I think it's because of the weight of the needle. So don't calibrate it flat. Calibrate it like that, because it'll be more accurate in the long run that way. So that's it. Hope it helps. I will post the little program for the Arduino on Carpokes for anyone who wants to try it themselves.